Declan Benedict McKenna was born in 1998 in Enfield, England. Although he attended a Church of England school and was raised as a Catholic, he no longer considers himself as religious. Astonishingly, Declan's music career really began during his GCSEs in 2015. There, he entered the Glastonbury Festival's Emerging Talent competition and was awarded £5,000 and a slot at the festival. He soon signed to be managed by Q Prime and chose Columbia Records to release his music. Prior to this, however, Declan wrote a number of demo songs that almost imitated the work of Sufjan Stevens. Brazil, his first song, was released in 2015. The song criticised FIFA for awarding Brazil the World Cup in 2014, despite not addressing the corruption and subsequent poverty in Brazil. McKenna then went on to play at various British and Irish music festivals. BBC News quoted Brazil as being an extraordinarily mature song for a 16-year-old songwriter. Following the success of Brazil, he released a second single, Paracetamol, which again featured commentary on a large issue at the time, how transgender teenagers were represented in the media. This again showed Declan's maturity as a songwriter, even at such a young age. His third single, Bethlehem, released later in 2016, before his fourth single, Eisenbahn, released in August. Again, this contained political topics surrounding right-wing media. All the while, he was writing songs in his bedroom for his upcoming debut album. Whilst Declan does write his own songs, he's supported by a touring band consisting of Isabel Torres on guitar, Henry Pierce on keyboards, Linus Fenton on bass, and Ben Limmer on the drums. Although much of the work by Declan is praised to no end, some music critics were keen to say that Declan was ragged around the edges and still searching for his own sound in regards to his live shows. A lot of these live performances brought a sense of glam rock to them, leading many to ask about his sexuality. This led Declan to eventually say he was pansexual, but that this was something he was experimenting with. In 2017, Declan would go on to release 2 EPs titled Stains and Liar that year. These EPs had similar songs on both, with Brazil and Paracetamol. However, 2 more singles would come out with The Kids Don't Want to Go Home and Humongous. Finally, after a massive build-up, Declan released his debut album, What Do You Think About the Car? The album was recorded at Kensal Green Record Studio and produced by a famous composer named James Ford, who had previously worked with the Arctic Monkeys and Depeche Mode. The album received positive reviews and featured all 6 singles plus 5 extra tracks. Declan states that the album went through a number of changes for its recording process, and if you listen closely enough, you can hear them. Quite a big part of the album is about change, however, so this is appropriate. Declan's political ideas also came to the forefront of his music again when he performed at Labour Live in 2018 and again in 2019 when he openly stated he voted Labour. In 2019, Declan followed up this release with the song British Bombs, which once again delved into politics with the topic of British arms trade and the UK's foreign policy. His second album, Zeros, was going to release in May of 2020, but was delayed due to the pandemic until August of that year, and again until September. Once the pandemic had died down, Declan toured for the album's release in 2022. And this album does depart a lot from the first one and contains a lot of 70s references with Crosby, Stills and Nash sprinkled in, but still feeling quite modern. Finally, he released a single for Sympathy in July of 2023, and announced that his third studio album, What Happened to the Beach, would be releasing on the 9th of February 2024. So, not long now. From this single alone, the album seems to be completely different from his previous work, and Declan says so himself, calling Sympathy a stark introduction to the album. Nothing Works, the second single, was released in September of 2023, along with 2 more singles, Elevator Hum and Mulholland's Dinner and Wine. The popularity of Declan McKenna on TikTok inspired me to make this video, as well as my love for the music from his first album. Who knows what his third studio album will bring, but I'm sure we'll all be here for the ride. Declan himself says that he wants to distance himself from the soapboxing of his previous album, and that the pressure of that was too much, so I think we can expect sort of something a bit more relaxed, but by the sounds of things, something quite involved musically still, so something to look forward to. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name has been Will, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.